And this is really the reason why Louis Vuitton and all of these other name brands go overseas, because nobody in America is willing to work for $17 an hour, when really $17 an hour is actually kind of reasonable, especially when you could be doing a whole lot more with the other 8 hours that you're not working at that $17 an hour job. But
Louis Vuitton is one of my favorite designers. As a matter of fact, it is my favorite designer. But ain't nobody finna be making them bags in the US. Ain't even nobody qualified to make those bags in the USA for $17 an hour. Now y'all done was over there paying them people pennies on the dollar, pennies on the dime, pennies on the penny, for real, to make those bags. And now Trump done put them tariffs in order. Now y'all trying to find somebody to do it over here. Don't nobody want to do it. This is the problem with the United States. Nobody's qualified, and people is not paying or living on those $17 an hour. You know how much it costs to live in this society right now? $17 an hour, it needs to be the new minimum wage, for real. When I tell y'all, who's gonna make these handbags? Baby, it's gonna be a shortage on all of that. Listen, the tariffs ain't just affecting us as people, it's affecting all the business owners, every single person. Trump know what he's doing. Well, I hope you know what he's doing anyway, but I seen that video when that man said how many American-made products are in China. None. The man said none, but how many Chinese products in American households? I'm looking at a ton of them, but hey, it is what it is. Y'all know what to do. Get in the comments. Let's go. But y'all voted for them. Not a company saying they having a hard time finding employees. Americans don't want to work for real. We don't. Y'all know we the lazy baby. We don't want to do that.
So ever since this little tariff little crisis situation, I done seen a video. I forgot where I see it. I hope I see it so I can repost it. Bitch, the people is in an uproar. I think the LV employees, honey, they is in an uproar because I think they done opened up a manufacturing site. I think it's either in Texas or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but it's somewhere in America. And they sit up there trying to pay them people $17 an hour. Are you for real, bitch? I make more than that. I don't do nothing. I sit down on my ass. Like, just imagine they trying to people for real. Just imagine if they trying to pay us $17, and that's not even nothing. That's, bitch, you can go make that at a fast food restaurant now these days. What's the appeal? You're not making people want to work for you at all. Y'all selling these bags $3,000-$4,000 and stuff, but y'all paying people 17. Y'all can even start at 20. 20 ain't even enough. I'm telling you, because I know it ain't enough for me right now. So I'm like,
I haven't done any research so far that shows Louis Vuitton has opened up a warehouse here in the United States, but apparently it's a trending topic, and that they have a warehouse in Texas and somewhere else, and that they want to pay the people $17 an hour. And to be honest, that sounds reasonable to me. $17 an hour for somebody who doesn't have a skill, doesn't have a trade, doesn't have a degree, sounds pretty reasonable to me. So if you don't have any skills or any trades or any special talents, $17 an hour is not that bad to sit in the factory. I've done factory work before I went to medical assistant school and before I joined the military. I worked at a factory that made golf clubs, you know? So I worked the line where I had to roll the material. I worked in the line where I got to paint the golf clubs. I mean, it was what it was. And I don't remember how much that was because that was back in the 90s. But the point is, if $17 an hour is not enough for you to survive in this economy, guess what? Get a second job. Get a second job or go back to school, because you're only working 8 hours anyway. Work 8 hours. If you can't get overtime, work 8 hours and get a second job. Simple as that. Also, with the extra 8 hours that you're up and not doing anything and not asleep, you could be going to school. Learn you a trade, get you a degree so that you can better yourself. But damn, I would love to work in a Louis Vuitton factory because I might get some discounts, or I might be able to take home some purses or some luggage or something like that. So I don't see what the problem is. But what you guys are not realizing is this. All the Mexicans, all the Venezuelans, all the El Salvadorans, all of them gonna get together. They gonna work them factory jobs for $17 an hour because they all living together, right? And if they ain't living together, they gonna live together and they gonna put their $17 an hour, all of them together, all 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them, right? They gonna put their money together. The house that they renting out, they gonna buy it. And the money that they making, they gonna put it together. They gonna triple it, they gonna double it, they gonna quadruple it, and they gonna keep buying houses. And Jose, who done always dreamed of having his own lawn care business, now got the money to do it because the family done chipped in and they done saved so much money. Now they got $10,000 to put down on his company. He can get him an LLC, he can buy all the equipment, and he already know 10, 11 guys that want to do some landscaping for him. So now he start his business. So now he don't have to work at the Louis Vuitton factory no more. He can go on and do that. And the cycle repeats itself, you know? Louisa, who's working at the factory, always dreamt of owning her own freaking tailor shop, right? So she working at Louis Vuitton. They done this, done that. She done saved up enough money, her and the family. Now they putting something towards her so that she can start her own company. And that's how it goes. You know, I've seen families. I was in families that did this, where they all worked together, lumped their money together, and each one started their own business after helping one get one got what they needed, then they moved on to the next, and then the next. So it's a thing. It can happen. But because we are in America, born here, from here, we don't trust each other. We don't trust anybody else. We don't want to put our money or pool our money together to invest in shit. And so it's going to take us longer thinking from an individual mindset rather than family and cooperation. When you're not willing to cooperate and put things together and collab with folks in order to build more so that you can go further, faster, it's just going to take you a little bit longer, you know? But if you are of the mindset of those who know how to put their things together and work together for a common goal, I would suggest that, you know. But I'm talking to Americans here, you know. We don't think that way. We are selfish in a way, and we're not willing to sacrifice a little bit of freedom or privacy in order to gain more, you know. So I don't know. The whole point of me talking about this is just to say that $17 an hour is actually not bad money if you're able to live at home. If you're able to live at home, and if you need and if you're working a second job, you know, or if you're going to school and you're able to stay at home or stay with a relative or roommate with somebody, you know, sacrifice really is the key. If you just sacrifice just a little bit of time, really just a couple years, it goes by like that. You know, when I was in the military, I was at my 12-year mark and I wanted to get out so bad. And that's really only 8 years from retirement, right? But I just really was not happy with how my life was going. I didn't like the area I was in. There was just a plethora of things that were just wrong at the time. And so I thought getting out of the military and perhaps going back home to Cali would be the best thing for me. But thank God that did not happen. I realized, you know what? It's 8 more years. I can sacrifice to get, you know, some other things that are going to occur at the end of that 20-year mark. If I could just make it to 20 years, if I could just sacrifice 8 years of my life, it will be so worth it. And I tell you what, it's been worth it. I praise God every day that for the strength and the courage to just withstand what was going on at that moment, because whatever it was, it wasn't that serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even remember in depth what the heck was going on that made me think that I should get out and not finish something that I started, you know? So I'm saying all that to say sacrifice is the key. If you sacrifice and you do what you're supposed to do, things will line up. But $17 an hour in America is really not that bad. Now, yes, the prices of things are going up, but like I said, if you live with somebody who's also working and contributing to the household, you can make $17 an hour work. And if you're only working $17 an hour full-time or part-time, you have time to get a second job, or you have the time to learn a trade, a skill, or to go back to school for your for a formal degree. But y'all complain about $17 an hour as if it's the worst thing, and it really isn't. And this is really the reason why Louis Vuitton and all of these other name brands go overseas, because nobody in America is willing to work for $17 an hour, when really $17 an hour is actually kind of reasonable, especially when you could be doing a whole lot more with the other 8 hours that you're not working at that $17 an hour job. But I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think.